Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 8 of Millennial Motive. When I think about it, it's crazy to think about how far our podcast has gone. We're already on episode 8. Wow. For all of you that are sharing, liking, or subscribing to our channel, we truly thank you. Now, in this episode, we got the chance to speak with Brandi Kekoa, who is a local Temecula, California hair salon owner who specializes in the art of ethnic hair and helping empower the Black community to embrace their natural beauty inside and out. Even with her bubbly personality, Brandi has been through a lot of hardship as an entrepreneur, and we'll be talking about how to embrace the struggles one may have along the way. If you're tuning in, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you already are, we thank you for all your support. Without further ado, let's hop into it. Brandi, so how have you been?
I've been wonderful.
You've been good?
How have you been?
I've been well. I know that we've been waiting for this day since the last time that we spoke,
Yes.
which was, when I was on your show.
A few months back. Well, how long ago was it? 3 months? 4 months?
3-4 months.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the seat.
Now it's your turn, remember? So no, thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here.
Of course.
It's an honor for you to definitely be on this show because I know that you have, especially as an entrepreneur with a business that's flourishing, you have so much that you can give to the audience that are listening and to the audience that are watching. They'll be able to really pull some stuff from you. So I'm excited. And I'm excited to also get to know you a little bit more and kind of get to know where it all happened, where it all began, because your products, it's amazing. I use them, guys. I'm vouching for her right now.
Thank you.
Brandi Kekoa for a hair product, and I'm telling you,
I got you.
She's got you. So, one of the things I do, Brandi, on the show is I always start off by asking all of my guests a question.
Okay.
And that question is, what is it that motivates you? What is your motive that gets you up every single day to continue to clock in and work in day and day out? For your business. I know it's come a long way, and not for no reason. So
yes, and I always tell everyone the same thing: is purpose. I have to wake up with a purpose.
Yeah, and
that's what I built my brand around. Because there's a lot of natural hair care brands. Everywhere you go to Sally's, you can go to Target,
right.
You're gonna see curly hair, everything.
Right.
But how I wanted mine to be different is I wanted my brand to have purpose and be transparent. Mm-hmm. So when I started it, I already knew. And it's giving me goosebumps as we're talking about it because I said, I want a cosmetic chemist on site to make my products. Clean, natural products so people can see and know what's going on and what's being put in them. And I have a chemist on site that makes my products. So, and I said,
that's amazing.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
And then I said, I want people to, oops, I almost dropped that thing. I want people to be able to, I want to create jobs somehow with this brand because the natural hair industry, it's a $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
Everybody's making money off of natural hair products that didn't care about natural hair back in the day.
Not at all.
15 years ago, you wouldn't be able to find curly hair products. Now they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So I said, if I do it, I need to help others. Mm-hmm. So that's why I get a lot of my ingredients sourced from other countries to help create jobs.
I like that.
So that's the thing. It's back to purpose and helping others and giving back.
So you would say that's what gets you that's what gives you your drive.
That gives me my drive.
And you turn the lights on in this beautiful establishment that you have here, that's what pushes you to move forward, is that you're going about it with purpose. Yeah. And that purpose is knowing that you're going to be helping people.
Helping others. That's it in a nutshell.
I love that.
That's it. You said you got it. So that's right. You said it so good. I could have just said it that way.
Well, you did. It's amazing to see something of this magnitude come up. Obviously there was a start. So can you kind of take us down that road, from the very beginning of Kekoa?
I don't know if y'all want to go down that rabbit hole. There was a lot of tears and and doubt.
It's a lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work. But you look at when you start a brand, especially a brand that I have like with curly hair, you start doubting yourself and you start looking at everybody else, right? So when I was starting this, I was looking at other curly hair brands
that were already there.
Doing their things, that were in Target,
yeah,
and that were like everywhere.
And you were constantly comparing.
I was constantly comparing, and I was online looking like, oh, how are they doing their stuff? And it was awful. I'm not gonna even lie to y'all. The first 5 years sucked. I've been in business for 10. They did. I mean, I knew that I would get to where I'm at, but I didn't know the magnitude.
You had the drive.
I had the drive,
it was there. But you didn't know what there was going to be this magnitude.
It hurt
at that time.
It hurt. So when I stopped, and I remember the day that I stopped, it was my son's birthday. It was April 28th. And
stop what, like
I
comparing?
Stopped comparing. I said, I'm done. I'm not going to follow these brands anymore. This is stupid. I'm not going to look at these influencers using these brands anymore.
Right.
This is done.
Right.
When I zoomed in and I focused only on Brandi Kekoa is when the brand exploded. It like took off. And then people were reaching out to me. They were reaching out to only me. Like a girl from Hawaii that was on the military base. She's like, I'm using your stuff. I really like it. Can I get some more and use it on the military base? And use it on these. I'm like, heck yeah.
Yes.
And then stylists started contacting me. They're like, oh, I heard your stuff is bomb.
Yeah.
So as soon as I did that and focused only on me,
right,
and I was my own competition, that's when I blew up.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's
amazing.
That's the best piece of advice.
Yeah.
Worry about your own brand and your own stuff, and then you are going to be fire.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I do the same thing with real estate. Like, there's so many agents out there. We were talking about that on your show, right?
Yes.
And I was telling you the same thing. I was like, because there's so many different avenues that people can utilize, especially in today's age with social media and all that stuff.
Right.
You know, but with being an agent, right? You have a pick of the litter. You know, so for me, I can't focus on the top agent here in Temecula, or the top agent in California, or even the ones that are not necessarily the top, but are doing a little more deals than me and stuff like that. I don't focus on them. I focus on how I want to build my brand, like how you're saying, in my business. And by doing that, I'm realizing I'm able to establish better relationships with the people that I work with.
Yes, and you know what I remember that you said, and it stuck. You said, I'm not in the business of selling houses.
I'm in the business of people.
That stuck, and I don't remember nothing. I don't even remember my client's name sometimes, and I remembered that. How did I remember that? That was so good.
I was gonna say, going on along with your competition thing, and your only competition is yourself. I've always said this when I've worked with other clients or I've worked with filmmaking stuff. My competition is myself, and I kind of like to put like current George against past George. If past George would have gotten the job and current George didn't, that's where you know something's wrong. And you always have to make sure that the current one is always the one who's going to be hired and taken care of. I love it when you say that. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's how you have to roll to be successful, is to not compare and to collaborate, for goodness sakes, people.
Right.
Like, seriously. Stop with the, oh, she's my competition.
Right.
Like, let's do something together. And let's rise together.
Yeah.
And that's how you grow, and that's how you be successful. And when someone else does something outrageous and amazing, you congratulate them.
Right.
You're like, damn it,
yes. Yeah.
And it's just, that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to celebrate everybody's wins. And your wins will come.
Exactly, because yours will, in due time, yours will come along as well. Because every entrepreneur, or just not even entrepreneur, but anyone in any field of a career, right? They all had a start.
Yep.
Right? They all had the self-doubts. They all had the, well, I may be not as good as the other person and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So knowing that everybody is going through that same mindset at one point in their career path,
Everybody goes through it.
Everyone does
and
it.
if they're
So
on social media trying to act like they not, they lying.
They lying, yeah.
Stop lying. I think the best thing to be with your audience is transparent.
Yeah.
Because if you put this persona out there like everything is so easy and it's cool and I did this and I'm going on a yacht to freaking Bahamas and pictures on the beach and I just... Come on now.
Right.
Then you're losing people.
Then you're losing people because it's not real.
Because they can't relate,
Exactly.
and half of the time it's not real, and half of the time those people are broke.
Right. They're broke trying to fake it.
Yeah, trying to fake the funk.
They're spending so much money trying to fake the funk, and it's like,
yeah.
Why?
Be real.
Be who you are.
Just be, like I said, be Kekoa. Be unapologetically yourself. Be Kekoa. Be whatever you want to be.
Speaking of that, like, so let's talk about that. Obviously, your last name is Kekoa.
Yes.
Right. So, kind of take us down that path of like the name of the brand, like where it came about, like. Kekoa.
It was interesting because my first name of this business, a lot of people don't know this, is over 10 years ago, was Honeybees.
Honeybees.
Right? Wasn't that cute? Because honeybees, Brandi.
Yeah.
It was just cute. Anyways, when I was coming up with my name for my products, I wanted something strong that stood out. And I was wrecking my brain. And then I was just, and when I start to think and when I feel overwhelmed, I'll sit at my desk and I'll make doodles. I'm a doodler. Even when I was younger in school.
Really?
Like I doodle a lot. My poor son, he doodles too. Anyways, I doodle.
So you got it from you then?
Yes. So I was doodling and then I was writing my last name. And I was like, ooh.
You're like, I like the way that looks.
I was like, wait, that's strong. That's courageous. That's the meaning behind it. And I was like, oh, my name, like it just came out like be Kekoa, like be strong. It's like, it means warrior, like strength, bold.
So that's what Kekoa means.
Yes.
So it means being courageous or being strong, or what is it? What is the official meaning of like Kekoa?
It means it's a warrior. So, but it has two meanings. So if you look it up, be courageous, and then it means being a warrior.
Oh wow.
So there was some other dude on the islands told me it means strength. I don't know which one is it, y'all. It's all the same.
It's all It's It's still a powerful name, and so one day you were doodling and you noticed it and you were like, what?
Yeah, and I'm like, this is it. So with all of my products, they are B. So it's be Kekoa. So you have your strength and you being courageous, but it's like be clean for your scalp. Be free for the moose.
I like that.
Be Lola for my deep conditioner, and I named it after my mom.
I like that.
And my mom is resilient. She is strong. She is battling stage 4 cancer right now, and she actually helped formulate this product with my cosmetic chemist.
Oh wow!
So all of my products, I've actually had my hands in.
Wow.
So this isn't all like there's private label that a lot of people will do.
Right, that's what I was going to say. Like a lot of people do like the private label.
No, this is not private label. These products are actually made by my chemist. I tell her what I want in them. I test them. We use essential oils and things that help the mind, body, and spirit that we incorporate into these products.
And I'm telling you guys that are listening to this and the people that are watching this, like it speaks for itself. I can't say anything else. I've tried a lot of other different products for my hair, and I remember when me and you met and you gave me your deep conditioner. I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot, and I was like, this stuff is amazing. Not only is it amazing, it's just you can feel the naturalness of it.
Can't you feel the mana though? Can't you feel the love?
Yes.
Because it's almost like it's like cooking, right? So you see the pots. I know y'all see the pots back there. So it's like cooking. So when someone puts their love and their care into the food,
you can tell.
You could taste it, right?
Yep.
So it's the same thing with these products. My chemist, she puts so much love and care into these products, and you could feel it.
Yeah.
So for everyone listening, she just said mana, and not everyone's from the Kanaka. So could you please explain what that is?
Mana is like spirit.
Okay.
Like she puts a lot of like her spirit into the products, you know, which is good, like good mana. There's like the good
energy.
Spirit and energy. So yeah, it's just
She put the love in it.
and it's in all what we do, because I put good mana into my styling. I make sure that people leave feeling really good.
Right.
So yeah, it's, you know, the Tahitians have taught me a lot. You know, when I went to Tahiti, the island of Huahine, that's where the Tamanu farm is. So they taught me a lot.
That's interesting.
Yes, the island does have a heartbeat. And, you know, if you look it up, they sail. It has a heartbeat, the island of Huahine. But when I went there, I actually felt that the island had a heartbeat.
That's awesome.
It sounds crazy. Like, people are looking at me like, Brandi, you a trip. Stop making stuff up.
It doesn't sound
what were
crazy.
you drinking?
It doesn't sound crazy to me.
I want some.
Right?
Kava root.
But you can, and I had that.
Oh, it's so good.
They did.
It's a weird tingle.
Wait, but it's like a psychedelic. Did you know that?
Yes, I did.
Because I had some.
It was very diluted. It was just a little bit of a
No,
buzz.
this was the stuff.
Oh.
Like, I had some when I
that's
went
a different
to
story
Tahiti.
altogether.
I didn't know what it was, but it was like they were.
Makes it better.
It was a welcoming ceremony.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're welcoming you to carry this tamanu oil. You know, and the people were all there, and we were in a circle. I'll have to show it to you in a video.
Do you have to
Yeah, you
flick
have to.
Did you have to do the flicking, or is it different?
No, the priest came with like a little bowl of the kava, and you drink it. We're all drinking out of the same bowl.
Yeah.
My mother-in-law was
Yeah.
with me, so she just was
So
like,
she knew.
you know, and me, I'm feeling the music,
Yeah.
and I'm like
set you
taking.
up.
She's like, she kind of looked,
Like she don't know what's gonna happen.
and I started feeling real funny. You know, like, wait, you know, it was like I'm standing, but I'm not. It was just weird, and then like it started raining. It was crazy because they were singing, and it was like everybody's holding hands. I'm gonna show you on video. I got receipts.
I got receipts.
Everybody's feeling good, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. And then afterwards, my mother-in-law was like, yeah, that's stuff. Like, she broke it down. She was like, yeah, you really took that to the head.
How well did you sleep that night?
You know, it's funny. You know, the thing is about you know, you guys are talking about the island and stuff like that. I've always you know, respected it on such a large level, and the reason why is because not a lot of people know this about me. For the ones listening and the ones watching, when I was born, my dad back when in college, when he had me, he hung out with a lot of people that were islanders, right? And when they found out, and he had a lot of close friends that were from the islands, and when they found out he was having his firstborn son, they did a full-blown ceremony.
Oh,
they
what?
put the pig in the ground and covered it. They did all of that. And so, you know, I didn't know it at first, but every single time like I see anything involving that culture, I'm so gravitated towards it naturally.
Yeah.
Just naturally, right?
It's beautiful.
And yeah, it is. It really is beautiful, that culture, for sure. And you know, I'm still to this day trying to debate whether or not, you know, I should get my tattoo and stuff like that done.
Talk to somebody first. Talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Because this is what they be saying. The islanders, they love visitors, but they be like, okay, take your butt home.
Right.
When it's time to go,
Right.
it's time to go.
Yeah.
You know, but like with tattoos, they have meaning,
They have
right?
super hardcore meaning,
I have one. And
do?
I went to Tahiti.
You got
when
it
I
tapped? You get it tapped in, or?
No, it was a tattoo. Mm-hmm. And no, he did not tap it.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know what it was. I said, just be creative.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. It's on my ankle. It's bomb. But it was a little painful though.
Yeah.
It was a little heavy-handed. It's a huahine fern, the huahine fern with the Polynesian triangle with the tamanu nuts inside.
Oh, wow.
So it meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, but I wanted them to put it on because I didn't want to say, this is what I want.
Right.
Because sometimes if you get tattoos and, you know, you don't really know the meaning or it's not your culture,
right,
people will be like, what you doing?
Right. You know,
what
that's
you doing?
One of the things that I made sure, like, even...
Delivery's on Tuesday.
It's funny you mentioned that because that's what I know is the more traditional way of doing it. Is you can't go in and say, this is what I want. It's actually a rite of passage thing. You have to let the artist do their thing. And then that's what makes your tattoo unique.
Yeah, make sure they like you, though.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's in the far future, most likely. I'm still not sure, but all I wanted to say was I honor the culture on a large level.
That's important.
You know, so I also, and that's why I'm saying I like that your brand is incorporated into it.
Yes.
You know,
because
the mana, because how you're saying the mana is there.
It is there, and it's my husband's culture, right? I've learned to embrace it. But I'm also very black. And I tell people that, you know, I feel it's a mix. It's a nice mix of both because I'm also in the process of getting my shea butter from the Ivory Coast, which is in Africa.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I got a sample a few months back and we're testing it. And if all works out, I am going to be getting my shea butter from the Ivory Coast.
That will be awesome.
Yes.
And how soon? Oh wait, or can you not say? Is it
I'm
a little confidential?
You know, I'm trying to put on the down low. I want it by the end of the year. I want that in place. I want people making money off of the products. You know, I want to start creating some jobs.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a short break and we're going to get to the next segment. Stay tuned, everybody.
All right.
Listen, buying and selling a house is a big step for a lot of people, but with the right person by your side, anything is possible. That's why picking a realtor you can trust matters. I decided to get into real estate to provide hope that with the right help, anything is possible. So if you or a loved one needs any help understanding how to buy or sell a house, contact me. I'll be the realtor, 760-675-2275. Now, let's get back to the show. All right, welcome guys to the second segment of today's show. And when it comes to this second segment, the topic is going to be the importance of humility in the business environment. So that's the topic that we want to talk about today, guys that are listening and the ones that are viewing this is, you know, how important that is to have when you're building a business or you're in the workforce. So how important do you think it is, Brandi?
Oh my gosh. That's like one of the most top important things is to be humble.
Right.
Because, I mean, yeah, you look around, I have a beautiful space here and beautiful people that I work with, but it could be gone like that.
100%.
So if you're not humble and you have your butt on your shoulders and you're thinking you're up here, guess what?
Right.
Something can happen and you won't have it anymore.
Right.
You know, you have to always be grateful and you have to always act as if it could be gone tomorrow.
Because that is the truth.
Because it can. And I actually have seen that happen with somebody. It's a friend of mine that had this beautiful business. It was huge. I was happy for her. Things were great. And she started having some challenges, but she got back up. And then when she got up, she really rose. She really elevated. And her attitude changed.
Changing, yeah.
You know, we're cool. I've known this person for many, many years. And I remember calling her and it was like, oh, I'm busy. You're going to have to talk to my assistant.
What?
I'm like, wait, hold on. We are.
Right. We're
homegirls,
yeah.
Friends. Like, I'm not asking you for a favor. I'm just saying how you doing. I have to call your assistant now.
Right.
About 6 months later, she was divorced. Her business was taken from her.
Oh, wow.
Because the divorce went very ugly. And now she's living in a studio apartment when she had a 5,000 square foot house.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, I look at things like that, not to say it will happen to you if you get a little haughty, or if you get, you know, you think you're up here. But I'm just saying to be careful. And people that you may feel are beneath you or not at your level can elevate and rise to the occasion.
Right.
And you may need them.
Right.
Shoot, I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. I agree. You know, you're going to eventually need to make those connections. Like we were talking about before, like growing a business, you can't grow them without those connections.
Absolutely.
Right? So lead business with utmost humility. That's how I look at it, right? Because if you don't have any humility in your bones, there's no way that you're going to be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. And not only that, you know, I don't see anyone being any level of happy without having some humility in their path, their choice.
Yeah,
that they choose for their career, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely within. You know, it's money ain't gonna give it to you. This big space and material things won't give it to you. It has to really be what's in here that that's what makes you happy. You know, if you get up and you like to walk and you enjoy the small, simple things, I think that's what makes people happy. That's what makes me happy. Yeah,
that's what definitely for me, you know, true happiness is in the smaller details for sure.
It really is, and that goes back to just being humble. Like this is great. You know, I don't need this great big house. Let me just get something small and just live like a nice, like humble, like conservative lifestyle.
There's nothing wrong with it. Exactly.
There's not, and I try to be. You know, I try. You can see my purse over there falling apart. I have my assistant sending me messages. Buy a purse. But I mean, it's just you have to be. I'm so grateful for everything that I have and all of the opportunities that have come my way, and I don't ever take them for granted. So I mean, humility is a great topic, because a lot of people sometimes need to look in the mirror and you need to tone it down. You know, you may have a million followers on Insta. That don't mean
nothing.
Speak to people, you know, be kind. Just be kind to one another.
Right. Speaking of that, it's funny you say that, because literally social media can be gone tomorrow. And after that, it really
you know,
can. It really can be.
Yeah,
you know,
algorithm change and everything's gone. The thing I like to think, and I'm actually going to be doing something a little different. I have to reset a camera right now, but because I'm mic'd up, I'll be able to talk while I'm working.
Yeah, this is awesome.
So this is behind the scenes. This is sort of behind the scenes stuff. But the coolest thing about being humble is that you don't have to worry about how far you're going to fall, because if you're humble, you're still keeping yourself at base level. If you're keeping yourself at base level, you don't have to worry about, okay, if you're already high and mighty, you don't have to worry about falling off of the Empire State Building.
Right.
Last week, OB knows this, last week I had all 4 of my wisdom teeth pulled, and that was the most excruciating pain of my life. And I come home and I am crying, and it is in pain, and it is ridiculous. And yes, I may have said a few choice words to some family just because I was in so much pain. But if I didn't have that level of humility just to go up to my family and say, "Can you please help me? I can't even move. My face hurts so bad." If I didn't have that rapport with the family and that level of humility, you know, it would have been almost impossible to recover.
Yeah.
You know, if you're starting from here and you're falling onto the table right now, you're gonna hurt yourself. If you're starting with humility and keeping yourself grounded, Zach Brown Band has a song called Roots. I don't know if you've heard of that one, but part of the lyrics is, "My roots keep me grounded, even if I'm a million miles away. Whenever I have my roots, I'm home." I have to keep the foundation, so that way, you know, you don't get too high and mighty. You don't get your head. They have a saying in Arabic, your head's going to be like a watermelon.
What's the saying?
It's something, I don't know the first part of it, but the last part of it, depending on where you're from, it's either batikh or jabas. Batikh just means watermelon, so you'd have like a big batikh.
But okay, let me see.
No, not batikh. Batikh is from the back. No, just, you know, no. We'll try it later. We'll try it out. We'll practice it after the podcast. But that's what Dad says to me, is like, make sure your head doesn't become like a watermelon.
Right.
And you have to you just have to make sure you're humble, and that allows you to work with people.
Right. Humility allows you to work with people.
Yeah.
It really does, and I think that's another thing to be successful. You stay
level,
humble. And when you come across people, just be freaking nice. Just be kind. I don't know why. Lately, I feel people have been having challenges with being kind.
Yeah.
And I think it's the easiest thing. Like,
it's really not that difficult. I can remember when I first met you, Brandi, when I came into here and I was getting my hair cut with AV, my barber, and I met you and we shook hands, and your aura was like, I can tell she has a warm soul. And what I mean by that is she's just a good person inside and out, no matter what. And then from there we were able to connect, and in a matter of days I was on your show, Small Biz Talk, which we are going to plug, for the ones that are listening, definitely link in the description for sure. But you put me on Small Biz Talk, and then we regrouped and we stayed in contact with each other, and now you're here on Millennial Motive, and that's what it's all about.
Cool.
It's so awesome, right? And it was all led by kindness.
Yeah.
You were kind to me, and I was kind to you, and now we're able to establish a long-term relationship. It's easy.
Isn't it simple?
Yep.
Yeah. Like my husband's cousin, he said this some years ago, and we thought it was so funny. Then we're laughing, but we were sitting at the beach, and he's like, "Yeah, we all just gotta be good." And I said, "You know what? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Just be good."
I'm just imagining that in like the Kanaka dialect and the accent and everything.
It's pidgin.
Okay. That's gonna be awesome.
Just
to
be
hear that.
good. And I was like, that is so true.
Right.
We have to be good, damn it.
Right.
Don't be mean.
2020 slogan: we have to be good.
Just be good.
We just be good and
be
be
good.
kind and be nice to one another, and things they'll happen. And if you're in a business relationship and it's not going the way you want, leave on good terms. Like, you know what? We're still good, but this just isn't, we're not meshing.
Not meshing, exactly.
It's so easy just to be kind to one another. I think that's, if anyone gets anything out of this podcast, just be good.
Yep.
Just be good, be kind to one another. But I do have a question for you, because I have Small Biz Talk, right?
Right.
So I'm growing, right? I'm really growing. It's getting big. And now there's people that are coming on that I've never met prior. Like you and me, we met, we meshed, we cool, everything's good. So I've had a couple folk on there where I didn't meet prior, and then they came on, and it was just weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was like
there was a foreignness about it.
It was weird,
foreign.
and I was thinking, oh my gosh, who did my assistant get on here? But it was just like I couldn't
break the mold.
Have you had that happen?
Yes. Are you talking real estate wise? Are you talking podcasts?
No, I'm talking podcasts. Because I do the Small Biz Talk. You don't have to say who ever. I wouldn't say who.
Well, there's only 10 episodes.
I was just wondering, like, how do you break that mold? Because I had someone and I was like, this person is not
budging. They're not budging. They're not opening.
Budging.
Yeah.
And this is going to be very boring. You know, like I'm animated and I'm like, hey girl.
Right. Well, and that's a great question. I mean, the best advice I can give to anyone, including yourself, that's dealing with that, even podcasts and just career aside for a second, right? Just meeting someone, right? Let's take it back to that route. Let's say you're meeting someone and they're just really they're not opening up. What I found to do to get them to open up is to sometimes just literally sit with them. In other words, don't pull or don't push. Just be, right? And by doing that, you will be able to notice that they will eventually start saying things. They will eventually start asking you, trying to get you to open up. And by you opening up, then they'll open up. And then eventually,
that's going to be hard. Because maybe I was a little too strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I could be real like
animated and stuff. But that's why I love you.
Probably freaked her out. He was like,
you would, like I said before, you'd love my mom.
Oh yeah.
Is she really animated?
Extremely.
We got to be on here together.
Oh yeah. You're gonna, Mom. You've seen this podcast. You're gonna be connecting with her real soon.
And I gotta talk to you about your wisdom teeth. Let me talk to the women. Women are resilient. He talking about going home after his wisdom teeth and he crying and upset. I got mine taken out when I was pregnant with my daughter.
Wow.
And I was awake.
Oh.
Okay. And I came home. I was like, I'm hungry. I want some chicken and mashed potatoes. My husband could.
Am I not allowed to admit that I'm a wimp?
No, I'm just saying.
No, women, they have a different level of resilience. For
yes.
sure.
Yes.
You need to get it together. Don't tell nobody else. She was crying after getting that done.
Hey, no, it's not like I said it on a podcast or anything.
Oh man, not this episode, but
anyway. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, Brandi, it was.
Hey, if I didn't want to say it, then I wouldn't have. No worries, it's fine. It's awesome.
You're just red. It's fine.
Oh no, this is me normally. Trust me on this one.
Anyway, Brandi, I just want to leave this podcast episode by saying I'm honored for you to be here.
Thank you. Honored to be
one of the
here.
things that we like to do is we definitely would like for you to take this time to allow people to know what you got going on and where they can find you.
You can find me at bkekoa.com, BEKEKOA, and you can make an appointment through there or order products. And if they're interested in small biz talk, if there's a small business listening, they can contact my assistant, Ty, Ty, at bkekoa.com. And I'll bring them on.
Sounds like a plan. So all the ones that are listening and the people that are viewing, now you know where to find her. Brandi, thank you again.
You're
it was a
very
pleasure.
welcome.
Until next time, guys.